Hi, my name is Joe Gonzalez. I'm your relationship manager at LinkedIn. I want to take a moment to teach you a little bit about setting alerts for growing companies in your space. The most difficult part of business development when you're a search firm is not necessarily the problem, meaning the lack of talent, or is it about the talent you guys are providing as the solution to your clients. It's really, the hard part to nail down is when somebody's going to need your help and who do you need to reach out to. So being able to drive automatic inbound indicators of companies that need your support and help is key to your success on LinkedIn Recruiter. So one of the things I've pulled up here on my screen, as you can see, is I've basically ran a search for pretending I am a specialist company that does software salespeople in the Boston area. And my specialty, I seem to have the most success in companies of 1,000 to 5,000 people. So my goal here is to not just look at the candidates who are in this talent pool, but to actually leverage what's called search insights. So once you've deemed what it is exactly that you'd be looking for and saying, hey, if anybody is growing in this type of talent or has a need in this space, I want to be basically made an alert about this. I want to be known about this opportunity. So basically, when I click on this button here for View Search Insights, which I've already now clicked, making sure you're on the total candidate population, and it takes you to this page that has a bunch of different channels or spotlights. You can look at Compare All to see a giant kind of wizard behind the curtain, large data of LinkedIn. But what I've plugged in here is I've actually said that I wanted to see people who have been in their position for less than 2 years. So the companies that have, because I've toggled these switches on, or basically you can click these little channels here to select or to deselect them. As you can see here, I want to see companies that are growing in this space. So when I ran this, I said software salespeople are growing at a company called LogMeIn. And again, I'm not at anything above 5,000 employees. They're about 2,200 or so. So if I save this search, this tells me the information about the last 12 months of 412 different hires that have changed roles and moved to new companies. But what's interesting is that if I actually save this search and title this something such as SaaS, sales, and BD opportunity, right? So I call these things BD for my attention. I'll put it in like my leads folder and set alerts for myself. Now, which I've actually saved one of these already, now I'll get alerts anytime somebody changes roles, right? If they fall into this category, have been in their actual position title, a sales title, in less than 1 year, meaning it could be a day, a month, a week, or any amount of time under 12 months, that I'm going to get an alert on my homepage of Recruiter about this. And so you can track over time, every day, which companies are hiring the talent you specialize in. So now that I've indicated that I want to go after this company LogMeIn, one of the things most people don't realize is that with LinkedIn Recruiter, you get premium insights and information and analytics on the actual LinkedIn.com company pages. So I went out of LinkedIn Recruiter, back to LinkedIn.com, and ran a search to find the company LogMeIn, who is growing. Funny enough, their logo looks very similar to ours. But as I scroll down, you can see here the premium insights. So this data, and the more that I'm about to show you, all comes because I have LinkedIn Recruiter. So another benefit to having this particular tool for BD and in the search space. So the last time I ran this, it was February, but you can notice that there was a huge increase in the amount of headcount in their organization, relatively flat for a number of years, and this huge spike from January to February, right? So 1,500 to almost 2,200, so 600 to 700 new hires in a single month, huge growth amount. So I said, okay, there's something going on, right? So LinkedIn indicated to me in Recruiter that this is a growing company in my space. Now I see, awesome, this is a huge spike. What has changed? So in the sales organization, it has grown 74% in the last 6 months. That's huge. They've increased 100%, 105% in the last year, just as a sales headcount by function. So it's something that I might want to consider putting into my message to the right person. Another thing I see, new hires, the gray bar is just general talent, and then the little gold section, excuse me, is for senior managers that they've hired. So as I can see here, looks like they brought on a new VP of sales who I have a second-degree connection with. His name is David Kubik. If I keep scrolling, looks like there's also another VP of sales, Tom Beswick. So these are the two people that I might want to prospect and actually choose to reach out to, considering they're newer, and they came on in February, right around the same time as they hired all these new salespeople. So I've got my target audience, David and Tom. I can see some data and information around how much their company's grown as they're in charge of sales. Now I also want to basically scroll down to look at some of their other postings that they've put out. So they've actually paid to get in front of this audience. In the first quarter, 105 jobs were posted or reposted for jobs type or sales type roles. So these are all things I'm going to reference in my message to these guys. And as I scroll down, fortuitously enough, there's actually one of their updates here. Love to see what they're promoting on behalf of the organization. We're excited to announce the merger with Citrix GoToBusiness is now complete. Right, so this was 4 months ago, so that was in January 25th or sometime around that time that this was posted. So obviously there's a big, huge change that's happening. There's a story that they're writing today, and I myself, as this make-believe as sales recruiter in the Bay Area or in Boston that specializes in what I call game changers, my message now to someone like a David and Tom would be, hey Dave, my name's Joe Gonzalez. I work for research firm Specialty X. I specialize in talent in game-changing stories. Right, I love my talented salespeople who love being a part of writing the story and the history of a company. Noticed you recently joined. Congratulations as a VP of Sales at LogMeIn. What an exciting time to be there with your recent merger with GoTo. Had noticed that you had 105 jobs posted for salespeople in the first quarter, that you guys have grown your sales organization by 74% in the last 6 months. What are you looking for today? How can I best help you in your first 90 days as a new sales leader to hire top talent? What are you guys still looking for that's going to help shape your success as part of this new merger? Would love to connect with you and talk to you about some of these things. So maybe you'll write that in a little bit shorter statement, but these give you the idea of how I'm pulling in different data points to have a really consultative sales message. So it shows David and Tom that, A, I'm here for a specific audience, someone like them. And not just sales people, but people who love being a part of game-changing stories, writing the history and changing the face and position of a company. And then I can back it up with data points and then also leverage maybe some articles. I actually keep consulting resources, so I keep data and case studies and articles that I can share with them, maybe in the message. And once I've developed a good relationship with this company, I'll then start to leverage these people under notable company alumni to then say, hey Josh, hey, congratulations on being a VP of Sales at Car Gurus, right? I've been working with your replacements at LogMeIn as the merger with GoTo happened, made some amazing stories happen, Would love to talk to you about what you're now bringing to Car Gurus that you had at LogMeIn, right? I'm just using these to kind of see, this is where I'm going to find new potential prospects. So I would also recommend, going to your current company pages that you do work with on LinkedIn.com, browsing the notable company alumni. If you have strong relationships with those clients, how can you leverage those with these new people who are in leadership type roles at other organizations? So again, we've been notified about growing companies in our space by first looking for the candidates that we'd like to eventually place there, reviewing search insights, toggling on the little switch here for people being in their position for less than a year. It's going to notify me about the companies that are hiring this talent at massive scale, as well as who is losing this talent. And then I can then review the company page to look at the insights analytics to determine who I might want to talk to and what data I can reference either in their headcount augmentation or things that they're announcing as part of their company. So be really a consultative, data-driven sales professional. So hopefully this is helpful to you. Excited to hear feedback you guys have, and best of luck and happy hunting.